know what that thing's seeing because the camera's away from me. Oh, look, it notified me. Shows the wall. Oh, look, mating with that noise. Mating with that noise. Mating with that noise. Don't need to listen to myself, I guess. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'll be showing you guys. Ooh. So need to stand it up. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do. Oh, even that didn't work. I'm crooked. It's still crooked. I think it's crooked. Now it's right. All right. First time going live on the YouTube here. Bear with me. I'm trying to get the best angle I can for you. I think that'll work. Radio's here. I'll get that out of the way.
WQXN966.
Desk is a real mess here. All right. Before I get started here, things you're going to need: solder, screwdriver with a couple different bit heads, of course the 888s. Some flux makes things a little easier. Some wire snippers and some wire. You're going to need soldering gun and hot glue. I'm not going to throw those in the scene. All right. I guess I could possibly kick this up a little bit higher, so a little bit more higher up there. So, bing. All right, I don't need much of this wire here. You need a wire that gives you 5 wires. I'm putting these into a little box, so I don't need much length. I'm only going to cut out not that much. That might be a little too much. Pardon me, this is my first time going live on the YouTube channel. Alright. Not a big fan of this kind because it doesn't have... I particularly use Cat 5 cable. That's bad. It's way over there. Threw it out of the way. Because it's got more braid to it. Unfortunately, with this one, it gives us 4 wires and actual loose wires for it. I guess I can try and do something fancy to it to give it a coat. We don't want this puppy shorting anything out. So really you gotta give yourself a lot of room, because cords are gonna go everywhere.
Com Center 51 Medic 2.
There we go. You know, I have really pair of nice wire strippers around here, some freaking wire. And I want to say they're in the car. Right place for them. So this should be enough wire here exposed to cut from here down. Let's undo the braid. The braid we're actually going to use as our 5th wire. We're going to use it just as our ground. I want to try a different wire because the Cat 5 that I was using, people were complaining that there's a hum. So I thought if I traded it, tried a different kind of wire.
WRBV327.
That's the network. So people are probably watching like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I am not the best person to be taking advice from, but I'm a beginner. Per se, I'm a cheap ass. So I am just smearing a little bit of hot glue over it, just to give it a little coat. I don't want this bumping up against anything in the board to give me any kind of grief. There. That's not bad. Alright, so I'm going to snip this away. I don't know if it shows me comments in here or not. Oh yeah, it does. It shows me I'm watching myself at the moment here. So this is what we're left with here. I got a little bit of exposed wire here. You know what? I think those cord snippers are the other one. So I'm going to grab those real quick here. All right. Found him. So we don't need much of this stuff exposed. Let's see if we'll do one of these small wires at a time here. I think that'll be left-handed to do this. I'll strip a little bit extra, I guess, and snip it down later. So all we're doing is taking a little bit off here. Oh yeah, this is much easier than using my teeth. Of course. Now it wants to not work. A couple pieces into it here. Yeah, that's quite a bit more than what we need, but that's all right. So if we see these ends, they're quite a bit longer than what we. So snip them down to about right there. So now, put a little bit of solder on here. Put these in here. Right there. Big old ball. Need that much on there. There. You don't need much of this stuff here. I keep making big globs of it on here. Probably due to the fact that I put myself in the nose. All right, so we got them primed up a little bit there, tinted up for this, tuned up, whatever, I don't know what the hell they call it. I don't really give a shit. All right. Let's see, now is the fun part. We're actually tearing down into the radio. You know what? I'm going to go share this video in the Facebook room first here right quickly.
WQXN966.
So I like to keep a box to have all my screws in. So taking it apart is not that bad. Alright, so notice that come off. Now I need one of these. Take off the bottom ones. Not a bad way I want it to. Alright. So this is the part where it's a pain in the ass. A little bit here. Get down in here and you gotta pop your knobs off. Gotta pop each knob off. And down inside here, there's little brass and gold colored pieces. You need to twist them off. And sometimes they could be in there a little ways. It's slow going. And slice your finger off. There's a little ring that was around the antenna. The channel knob and the other one have these same little rings. And never fails when I try to do something different. It doesn't work out right. I use a flat head most of the time. I just kind of reach down and twist it off. The easiest part of this damn thing is being a pain in my ass. This one's spinning easily. Key note before you start taking this thing apart, program it to what you want it to. Don't just leave yourself one channel. Make sure you do different channels on all 16, different PL tones, you never know if you're going to get into a high saturated RF area and it just makes these things go nuts. So if you do the mod and then you leave yourself stuck, where there has been cases.
Node 132, node 127, transceive.
Must have wanted to see if he was connected or not before he starts talking. Wouldn't have that problem if he connected directly to the damn hub. That starts getting to be a distraction. I'll turn it off. This middle one is being a giant pain in my ass. If somebody out there is watching, they could have found an easier way of doing this. Ouch. This thing does not want to go. Yeah, let's try the sharp. No, that's not so good. Let's try this one. There we go. That's nice. All right, so this is a lot different than the Jello way of doing things. I mean, the Zello way of doing things. When people ask, "Oh, can you just tap into the ports? Why can't you just do that?" No, it's not that simple. We can't just tap into that. We have to actually open this puppy up, do some research. Of course, this is the same board. All right, so we're almost to the inside here. I am not using the speakers, so I just snip these wires right off of here and get them out of the way. You can heat it up if you really want to. Break the solder joint. So we're almost there. This is what it looks like when you start getting into it. We've got a couple more screws here. And we'll start breaking it down. I liked the, oh, my wire go. I just had the stripped wires. Oh, what happened with them? Like I say, some of these things could be right in front of my face, and I still won't see it. I don't know why.
Well, you hit the warner.
There it is. Yeah. All right. So somebody else showed me slipping in the wire through the light socket. I kind of liked that. That actually works out kind of nice. All right. So I think we're going to roll with that one, which requires me to snip that and that. All right, so a few things we got to do. There's 3 screws on here that we got to take off because we need to get to the underbelly of this thing. Then we also have to heat up the the positive port coming off the other side and the antenna. And then this will slip right out of there. screws. And screws. Soldering iron. Soldering iron. And this one. I'm not trying to lose that first one. All right, so right here is the piece that we're trying to take out right by my thumbnail. It goes all the way through the board to this. This is the positive terminal. So just to get it up out of the way, heat it up and grab it from the back side and pop right out of place. Once you heat it up, and there. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, see, she's wiggling around freely. These are the giant pains in the butts to put back. So, yeah, there we go. This is the BF888s board for model year 2017. A couple things we're going to need. Resort back to the website. I know we need the push to talk. We need one here, one. I like to be able to control it by the volume knob. Makes it simpler for people to understand how to operate instead of doing it. You could do it either by this little tack up here, or I like to steal it where I get the speaker cord from for audio out. Audio in is here, push to talk, and core is one of the little guys back here. So I will comment once I'm done with the site that I'm getting this info from. I'm over on my phone looking this info up again just to make sure. I don't want to be tacking into the wrong place and waste my time. Core. Push to talk is the second one down. Push to talk is the second one down. And then TX audio is that one, and the RX audio is that one. All right, so let's get to the fun part here. I might have to slice it a little more too. Wow. And blue, green, and I'll have to do it with the chart. All right, so I'm not sure how this is going to work having it go through there. No. Yeah. Because the one's got to, I'm figuring this out as I go too. So one's got to go on the front side of the board, one's got to go on the back side of the board. Apparently I need slightly longer to go around slightly shorter, go around to the other side. Well, I'm going to bust this idea of going through here because I don't want to have to do all this. I'll just snip some away later. No biggie. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit of solder. If I don't screw this up. There. It's always fun when you do all solder.
WQXN966.
Especially when I got such a big. Big. Well, that one was really kind of long. Yeah, that should be all right. All right. So, little cheat sheet here. Green. With my COR. Green is my COR. I am going to touch that just a little bit here. I'm just going to tack that into there with a little bit of hot glue. Just to make sure nothing wants to wobble itself loose. I got a little fan going on the back down here, so I've got to preheat it pretty quick. There's that. All right. Push to talk. I'm going to go use black for push to talk. Black to push to talk. Remember, I said it's the second one down on the edge. Let's do this. All the other wires out of my way. I've only done this mod a few times. Ooh, shit. Alright, so what I ended up doing was actually jumping a little bit here. And then try to get that to stop. Doesn't need to be jumped across. Jumped across. I don't know what that one's for. So we're trying to play cleanup. There we go. Alright. That one, I am kind of have the wires coming out from over here. So now, try there, just to try and hold everything down. Alright, so red, I'm going to make my audio RX audio. And that leaves white for the TX audio. And ground is ground. Ground is freaking that's a wire over here. It's always fun to kind of burn yourself. Luckily, I was moving kind of quick, so it singed it, but I didn't feel it. I heard it. Start melting my skin. So right there. Good enough for that one. And the white one's left. And these two are fairly close in proximity. They're literally right next to each other on the board. It's giving me a giant pain in the butt because I got to reach around the other one. Really quick work time. There we go. Essentially, we should be able to wire this into our sound card. Wait, forgot the ground. Definitely need the ground. I figure out how to get the ground over to it. Glue that right like so. stuff for the book. Oh well. Extra little birds here. We're making something from nothing here, folks. And that's what we're doing. All the professionals out there are probably laughing at me right now. Man in the closet, GMRS spokesman. So this ground wire right there. There you have it. Totally wired up. More blue in here. That's going to make it too lovely though. I like waiting on glue to dry. All right, so with that where that's at, cut a place on the board on the clip here. Feed the wire out. Where that's at, it's just going to put it just shy of the offside, just shy of where the mic and stuff are. So I just take my snap it open here, just to allow this to come out. Cracked it a little bit, but that's all right. Doesn't really matter. I'm not a fan of the way it looks anyways. I'm a man of practicality, and if it works, it works. All right. So here comes what I hate the most. Putting it back together. It truly is a giant pain in the ass to put this back together. Because you got to line this up, and it helps. There's all kinds of solder on there. You want to kind of clean that up to where it's out of the way. Same for the antenna doohickey. It really makes it a giant pain in the butt.
WQXN96.
Lovely fucking repeaters. I hate repeaters on that one too. People like playing on repeaters. I think that one actually went in a little bit easier than what I was expecting. That nice. Now we gotta try to get the antenna to line back up with its homie hole. Yes, I said homie hole. And you got it. Yep, I got it. There it went. we're supposed to. Alright. Probably wouldn't hurt to open it up this one a little bit and get it pushed back in a little more. There it is. It's almost back together. Yep. Next to the mic. All right, so there you have it. I'm not going to fasten it back up. I don't have a sound card at the moment to modify. So I'm just going to leave it at this. This is the modified BF888s. The ones that I've done before worked, and I don't see why this one wouldn't. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Uh-oh. There we go. End stream. Wood.